Hello everyone, this is Osiris Frost. Earlier this week, CIG released patch 3.1.4 to the PU. I wanted to do a short little video covering the changes and improvements that were included in this patch. This is a build that had been on the PTU over the previous few days and came with the promised Gravlev improvements, among other things. It's very stable and playable, so if you haven't had a chance to try it out yet, I definitely recommend you do so. Now let's dive in. First off, as with every patch, CIG strongly recommends that you delete your user folder if you are updating your client. So this patch comes with lots of feature updates. They've refactored IFCS and added fixes for IFCS instability. They've also retuned ESP to better fit those IFCS changes. Gravlev has received a lot of improvement and is now a lot of fun. It feels like you're in control and that you can perform maneuvers on your hoverbike. Also, the Gravlev speed limit is now only limited by planar velocity. They've improved the transition between HOV and SCM modes as well. They've adjusted atmospheric simulation to account for drag and gravity and motion control calculations. Also, they've adjusted large ship acceleration for takeoff and surface-to-orbit transition to compensate for gravity. So this is a big one. If you're flying a reclaimer, for example, you can't just pop off the landing pad and go like you used to be able to. Now you need to use those VTOL thrusters to keep you off the ground while you work up your liftoff acceleration. This means that you'll need to remain in landing mode while you build up your speed to a level that will keep you from falling when you deactivate landing mode. This patch also includes some bug fixes. They fixed a bug where multiple players were spawning in the same Easy Hab room. They've also fixed a bug where boost was heavily overperforming on some ships. Recovering from a crash should no longer present players with an empty ship list at ASOP terminals. They've fixed 3 fatal crash errors, a 4th fatal crash error that occurred on exit, and a memory leak as well. So overall, this is a great patch. I've put a couple hours in and I'm really enjoying it so far. Those Gravlev fixes in particular have been sorely needed for a while, and now it's tons of fun to hop on your Dragonfly and zip around the surface of a moon. At this point, the 3.1 branch is pretty stable and working more or less as intended, so I'd be pretty surprised to see another patch before 3.2. That patch is about 6 weeks out at this point. This was about the time before the last patch when they really buckled down and started making rapid progress on the roadmap objectives. If you looked at the roadmap recently, it may seem like there's still a long way to go, but they were in a pretty similar state at this point between 3.0 and 3.1, so I'm not too worried about things. They've already pushed a couple of things off, like the Mustang rework, which is now in 3.3, so I think they're being realistic about what they can achieve on this timetable. Anything that's on the roadmap at this point for 3.2 is more than likely going to make the cut. And that's good. There's lots of cool stuff, but more importantly, lots of new game systems due to arrive with that patch. Of course, when it drops, I'll do a video breaking everything down. But until then, this has been Osiris Frost. That's all for today's show. Thanks for watching. If you're new to Star Citizen, or you know someone who's thinking of playing, you or they can earn 5,000 UEC on your account by registering with my referral code, which you can find in the show notes down below. If you have any questions, feedback, or episode suggestions, go ahead and leave them in the comments. And if you haven't already, please be sure to like and subscribe. I'd really appreciate that. Thanks, and I'll see you next time.